Sit on and spin.
Oh, I'll talk to her. I'll talk to her real good. I'll talk to her real good. I'm not scared.
Bye, melted candle. See ya.
A melted candle.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome in. Today, I want to break down the disappearance of the real victim of the Amberlynn and Emily situation type deal, Amberlynn's self-proclaimed soul cat, Rarity. Now, if you're new to the Amberverse, we'll start with a little background info. Amber got Rarity as a kitten in November of 2016 during the Destiny era when she lived in Florida.
But I think Rarity Gray is perfect for her. Does this look like a Rarity Gray? And I'll probably end up saying like gray or something. Oh, it's so cute. Okay. So, say hi to the new family member.
This was just a year after Destiny's cat Gracie suddenly vanished without a trace and was almost instantly replaced with Wasabi, the cat who we know from Amber's current uploads. And when I say instantly, I mean chillingly so. Enough for her viewers to question it.
We still haven't found my cat. Sorry. Yeah, we still haven't found Gracie. She's talking to her mammy. Her mammy wants to help. Damn, I look rough in this view.
Others have questioned it as well. Here's Amber's official story.
You guys don't know, Gracie was Destiny's cat. Destiny is my ex. And Destiny and I moved into an apartment together. And if you guys don't know anything about cats, they hate moving and they hate new environments 9 times out of 10. And when cats run away, it's usually because they just moved into a place that's new. Gracie tried to run away multiple times when we first moved into the apartment. And I know Gracie was not happy there because we had a roommate who had a pit bull puppy who did annoy Gracie a lot. Gracie just was not used to that type of energy. There was actually a point, was it a couple days before Gracie officially ran away, where she ran outside and I had to go get her. This happened when Destiny would open the door. It happened when our roommate would open the door. It happened when friends would open the door. It was anybody and everybody. And it was something that we really had to focus on. Like, if that door was being opened for any freaking reason, we had to pay attention and we had to make sure Gracie was not getting out. And I remember there was one morning, it was around like 10. I was like, why hasn't Gracie meowed at the door? Because that was like her daily routine, was meowing at the door for some food for breakfast. I didn't hear it. We went searching through the apartment and Gracie was nowhere to be found. The roommate was a stripper who worked weird hours, very weird, would come home 4 a.m. in the morning, would come home drunk, would come home high, with friends, several people, her boyfriend. It was that night prior that she came home around 3 a.m. with her boyfriend. And before Destiny and I went to sleep, we said goodnight to Gracie. It was like typical routine. That is what we did. And then when we went to sleep, we would put Gracie out in the living room because we wanted to sleep with the door shut, but the litter box was not in the bedroom. So we didn't want to have her like go to the bathroom in the bedroom without the litter box. Anyways, so it was the roommate who did it. Destiny knows that, I know that, roommate knows that. And people are saying that like I had this whole Wasabi fund, so I got rid of Gracie because I had enough money for a cat. Absolutely not. So after Gracie went missing, we went searching and we searched for a while. And Destiny brought up to me, let's get you a cat. I was actually quite shocked.
So, with us keeping the Gracie story in mind, Amber waddles through a handful of different relationships, a move from Florida to Kentucky, and another move from Kentucky to Oklahoma. 3 constants remained: Twinkie, Wasabi, and Rarity, for nearly a decade. That is, until Amber met Emily. This is where things take a turn for the worst. Amber decides to pack herself and her 3 pets up to make a 13-hour road trip to Wisconsin to visit her at the time girlfriend.
So I got them both in there and it's honestly the saddest thing in the world. Like, I hate it so much. For some reason, Rarity is freaking out, but Wasabi is like calm as a cucumber in there. Okay, so we're currently at a 7-Eleven, a new 7-Eleven actually, but I'm standing here with Twinkie and the cats are in the back, like a perfect spot. Rarity is meowing so much, but Wasabi has not made a single noise. I hope he's okay. Do you want to say hi?
Yeah. Hi, we're Kansas. Now 1 million more to go.
1 million more miles.
Yeah.
So after hauling half of her apartment and all 3 of her pets 13 hours away from home, things don't exactly go as planned for our girl.
So update on my mental health. As you guys know, I have been going through it, and that's putting it lightly. I've just been like in this funk.
And then on November 18th, 2024, Amber made the video no pet parent should ever want to make after word started to spread. Rarity was missing.
Guys, so I really did not want to make this video and I'm only making it because
people have found out, and it's already on a reaction channel. But yes, my cat Rarity is missing, and I have done nothing but cry. It happened 2 nights ago, and I put full blame on myself because there's a yard, and that's where I let the dogs out to go to the bathroom, and it's through like a glass door, and I've just had a lot on my mind with everything that's been going on, and I'm not gonna lie, like I've just been going through a lot, and I wasn't thinking, and I left the glass door open just like, I don't know, like this much, and I'm telling you, when I noticed, it was like 20 minutes later, but it literally just takes a second. And Rarity is like one of the most adventurous cats, the most loving. Just like when I lived in Kentucky, actually, I would sometimes let her go onto the porch because we had like a gate, and she would just roll around in the dirt. Like she just loved it for some reason, and like she just wanted to venture out. I know she just wanted to see. No, like I don't know where the fuck she is, and it's been just like literally. sorry. Tommy has helped so much. Like I just feel so just like defeated, and Tommy has made like online posters and put it on different websites, and like went outside, and we've been like yelling her name, and like it's been fucking torture literally, because you guys know Rarity is my fucking world. Like, and I know a lot of you hate me and have whatever you want to say about me, but Rarity was my literal life, and like you guys know how much she loved me too, and it's just fucking it's just been fucking hell. It's like all I can think about is like, is she okay? Like where is she? Like is she cold? It's raining.
Now, there are a few different stories about how and when Rarity went missing, and Amber makes a video, complete with a demonstration showing her first version of events shortly after announcing Rarity was missing.
So usually I take the dogs out, and this curtain is usually open, so I just close it like that. But when it happened, it was 5 in the morning. Yes, and this is closed. And when I closed this door, I thought I closed the door. It seemed like I did. I was half asleep with a million things on my mind. And this is how far I left it open. Like the most simple mistake of the world can happen in less than a second and literally ruin and shatter your whole life. Like a lot of people were confused saying that I leave the door open for the dogs to go outside. No, it happened after the dogs came back inside. And the only reason why I noticed is because the spot you guys always see me sitting in is literally right here. This is the dining room, by the way. So after I let the dogs back in, I was just doing things around the house. It was like 20 minutes later. I sat down in the chair and I felt like a super cold breeze, and I was like, that's weird. And then I put 2 and 2 together. I came over here, just like I said, these were closed. I opened these, I like peeked around the corner, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then that's when I knew. That's when I knew.
There's something that I've wondered this entire time about this version of Amber's story. She says in this same video that they searched the surrounding areas outside the home. If it was snowing, and Amber mentions it was, especially if it was as much as it seems to be in the background of the previous clip, wouldn't they have been able to easily spot Rarity's paw prints in the snow, leading off to wherever she supposedly explored too hard to?
And I put full blame on myself.
Not even a month had passed since Rarity had gone missing when Amber decided she needed to return to Oklahoma. She posted this video where she explained her reasoning behind her decision, and not once was Rarity mentioned. She was mentioned, however, in a now-deleted live stream where Amber gave a different version of events. When asked about the morning Rarity went missing.
So normal pattern of the day is a lot of the time, like you didn't see a cat. You didn't see a cat because they were all hanging out doing their damn thing at the basement. That's just what they did. You know, it was a normal pattern. You know, I wouldn't really see Rarity throughout the day. It would be later at night. She would pop out, you know, follow me around, eat food from the kitchen, get some water from the kitchen, whatever it may be. And I noticed that normally the time when I would see her, I didn't see her. I was like, that's weird. Like throughout the day, I'm thinking, okay, like she's probably in the basement. It was just normal, everyday life. Nothing seemed off.
This left her audience even more confused because, Amber, what the hell do you mean it was a normal pattern? What do you mean nothing seemed off if Rarity supposedly went missing early that morning? You claimed in your original story that you realized pretty quickly that Rarity was missing. Now you're saying nothing seemed off throughout the day? Which is it? Did you lose Rarity at 5 a.m. that morning, or was it a normal day? I know you love to say 2 things can be true at once, and while they can at times, this is not one of those cases. The following screenshots were obtained by Mr. Snowflake, who we all know and love. And if by some microscopically small chance you haven't seen his content, I'll link it in the description. They reveal that Amber was in contact with Emily, arguing the entire day of the 17th, the alleged day Rarity went missing. You can see they go back and forth throughout the day, but only when Emily seems to actually finally be legitimately done with all of it does Amber suddenly bring up Rarity. Mind you, this is at 10 at night. So even if what Amber said was true, which I don't believe it, but even if Rarity did get out early in the morning on the 17th, why would Amber wait until 10 p.m. to say anything about it? Surely it would have come up somewhere in all the text messages she sent Emily throughout the day. I'll leave these up for just a sec in case y'all want to pause and read. I want to point something out in this screenshot in particular. Amber tells Emily, "Come home. Go upstairs. I'll give you a melatonin. I'll fix the bed. I'll tuck you in. I'll kiss your forehead goodnight. I'll turn the lights off and I'll let you sleep alone so you can get a restful night's sleep. I want to love you. I can't help it." Didn't she just ask Emily to come help her look for Rarity? Now she's telling her to come home and take a melatonin and go to bed. Which is it, Amber? Did you need Emily to help look for Rarity? Or is Emily coming home, taking a sleeping supplement, and going to bed? We later learn Emily's side of the story through a conversation between her and Mr. Snowflake. It paints a very different picture than the original story Amber painted. And Emily tells us that Amber didn't seem overly upset about Rarity. She didn't file an official report with the local shelter, and she wouldn't even get out of the vehicle to help look for her missing cat. Now look, y'all, I by no means like Emily. I believe she knows the truth of what happened to Rarity, and she's using it to blackmail Amber. But y'all, Amber didn't lift a finger to try and help find Rarity. She couldn't even be bothered to report her missing to a shelter. She sat on her ass and played on her phone while Emily was out searching. And who's to say Emily did much of a job looking for Rarity out of spite for Amberlynn? So in another now privated live stream, Amber flips the entire story and blames Emily for leaving the door open, leading to Rarity's escape.
So, anyways, we get in a really fucking bad argument. She leaves through the glass door, leaves the door open. I did not notice because I did not go near the door. I did not go near the door. I was sitting at the kitchen table waiting for her to come home. And that's when I noticed the cold breeze. I noticed the cold breeze. Literally left the fucking door open. And she booked it so fast she didn't even close the door.
Amber conveniently changes the entire script after more arguments with Emily surface and finally come to a boiling point. Suddenly, the story goes from Amber accidentally let Rarity out to Emily stormed out of the house and left the door open, and that's how Rarity got out. In yet another now privated live stream, Amber reads from her journal, and y'all take this with a grain of salt, because we all know the legitimacy of our girls' journals. But she describes how she took the blame for Rarity's absence whenever it was allegedly Emily's fault. I don't believe this, and I think that using a missing, potentially deceased pet as a piece of blackmail between two immature, quarreling women is absolutely vile and disrespectful to Rarity.
Oh, this is from November 20th. I'm talking about Rarity. 3:19 p.m. Rarity is missing. She has been for a few days now. It has been so fucking hard. She was my world. Sad thing is, she is missing because of Emily. But I took the blame and told YouTube it was my fault. I knew I was going to get attacked and it'll last for the rest of my life. But I did it to protect Emily, which is fucking insane. All I ever have done is protect her. But now we're breaking up.
After Amber returned to Oklahoma, not even a month later, any Rarity updates were few and far between, and she was quickly replaced with a new cat, Romeo. So here lies the question of what actually happened to Rarity. Did Amber or Emily let her outside? Was it an accident? And y'all, whether she did it or not, I don't like Emily. I believe she plays just as much of a vital role in Rarity's missing as Amber, because I believe she knows the truth, the real, unedited, unscripted truth. But this isn't the first time a cat has mysteriously vanished under Amber's care, and I'm very, very concerned it won't be the last. So what do I, the melted candle, with my insignificant opinion of all things, believe happened to Rarity? I'll straight up tell you what I think. I believe that Amber was telling the truth when she said it was a normal day. It was a normal day. Emily and her were fighting all day via text, like normal, until the fight escalated into Emily legitimately telling Amber to leave. Amber panicked. Ideas of how to manipulate Emily into letting her stay began to form. And the victim of the entire disgusting scenario we've set here is Rarity, who was, in my own personal theory, scooped up, tossed outside into the freezing Wisconsin snow, and left to fend for herself. All in the name of buying Amber more time in Emily's home. She didn't bother reporting Rarity as missing, didn't bother getting out of the truck and didn't bother looking up from her phone games, because in my personal opinion and in my theory, she didn't want Rarity to be found. And for that, I say justice for Rarity. All right, y'all, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to give your fur children, lizards, snakes, and even 8-legged friends some extra love today. If you would be so very kind, please toss me a like and subscribe my dainty channel, and I would be so grateful. Stay safe, y'all. Peace and love.